Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are at. I want to thank you for checking out the Cali Truck Stop Theater. I'm looking at this, uh, looking at myself in the video here, and I'm just, uh, I'm just fascinated by how all of my gray hairs are starting to, well, they don't look to be gray. They look to be white or silverish. I'm just looking at how my hairs are coming out so just coming out, just popping out in this video. Which I hope that I keep my hair, but I'm looking at that and I'm like, it probably would be pretty cool to to be walking around with silver hair. They say the people would say that having having gray hairs or whatever shows signs of wisdom. Well, I'm just now starting to sprout them, so maybe I might be getting wise now, huh? But if I'm not gonna have the my dark hair, I wouldn't mind sporting a silver hair, but it's a sign of showing that you're getting older, and I'm not afraid about getting older. It's about trying to stay healthy, and I'm not somebody who knows a lot about being healthy, but I do try to. That's my goal, is to try and be as healthy as I can, and and in my opinion, I don't even think that I look as healthy as I should, but I do my best, and the little knowledge that I do pick up, I try to implement that, and one of the things that I wanted to talk about today in this video is just some of the things that I do for health. And I take some supplements and stuff like that, because sometimes the food that is available to me out here on the road is really not always the best, and I don't try to eat a lot of the bad foods and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, if you see right there, that's my little cooler. I got two of them back there. They're electronic. They're electrical coolers. So I don't have to get no ice or nothing like that. But I just have them standing up right there. There it is. There's both of them right there. The one and the two. And so, I'll often go to Walmart or whatever, and I'll try and buy some foods that are a little bit more healthier than going to the fast food places, and oftentimes, well, it's not oftentimes, but when I do stop off at a truck stop, I will sometimes get something to go, and I'm a Wendy's man, and so it's like, if I see a Wendy's at the place that I'm stopping at, I might go and get me some Wendy's. As a matter of fact, why did you go here? Look, I already went and got me some Wendy's. This was from yesterday, though, in my trash. But I don't try to do that often. I mean, and if I do, I also do. I am conscious of the type of things that I eat. I don't eat a lot of beef like I used to. I'm realizing that my digestive system doesn't really agree with beef too much. What I mean by that is that it stays in my system a little too long than I would want, and so oftentimes it can make me sluggish and stuff like that. Most of the things that I eat now, most of what I eat as far as meat is concerned, would be chicken. It's not as bad as beef, but and the way that it's prepared nowadays is not that great either. But I like chicken; it's delicious. But but I do I do eat a lot of chicken. Anything else is like fish. I'll eat chicken and fish the most. I rarely ever eat anything like pork, anything like that. Pork is not big on the menu. I do eat that, but on occasion, it's really rare. I eat beef more than I eat pork. And like I said, I like beef and I eat beef, but I cut down on eating the beef because I realize that my system doesn't handle it too well anymore. Or maybe it never did and I just didn't realize it. But nowadays I'm starting to be a little more sensitive about the type of foods that I eat and that kind of stuff. And I really do I'm starting to notice that. Not all the time, but I do start to notice that. And so that's just a side note. But anyways, the what I wanted to talk about, and this is mainly for anybody who does constant traveling, or maybe or more importantly, if you are looking at this video and you're interested in driving, interested in being a truck driver, or for that matter, if you are interested in any type of job that requires you to travel a lot. These are just some of the things that I do to to help with your digestive system, because I don't know if you for those of us who travel a lot, let's say when you travel, you stay around home, locally, you're home, you eat, things that are typically available in that area of your home. But when you start going traveling, you start eating at different places, eating different, different foods, or just consuming things in general that are made differently, that have different ingredients than what you're used to back at home. It takes a toll on your digestive system. In some cases, you might have diarrhea, and in other cases, you might have constipation. So this kind of thing, it's important, especially if you want to do truck driving. What your diet and what you consume is important. It's important to your health, and it's also important for keeping you alert and keeping your body functioning to where it can be able to do your job. But this is also for everybody that looks at the video, because this is something that you could do even if you don't travel a lot. Your home is where you're at. You go to work in the same city. You go and do all your activities in the same city. This could even help you too. And what I'm talking about is M&Ms. I'm just kidding. That is not going to help you achieve healthiness. Okay, and this big bag, it may be a big bag of M&Ms, but I don't eat a lot of this stuff. I don't eat a lot of candies and things like that. I may binge and splurge every once in a while, but even still, it's not a lot. So I don't eat a lot of this stuff, and this is probably gonna, if I keep it with me, it's probably gonna last me, I don't know, probably maybe about a week or so. And I don't know. I just know that I don't eat this stuff a lot. But if you're like, in a week, it's nothing. Well, I mean, hey, that's just the way that I do things, But okay, so when I first realized this, when I left home for the first time. A lot of you know that I'm from San Diego, and when I left home, when I left home at 18, I left home to join the military, and it was a whole new thing for me, and living in a whole different place, a whole different environment, eating different foods than what I was accustomed to. And so I noticed then that it took a toll um, on my digestive tract. You know, I was kind of aware of it, but I didn't like really understand it and didn't really start looking into it until my later years. But anyways, um, that was the first time that I've actually noticed that that my digestive system, um, has changes depending on where I'm at. So, and it didn't occur to me, or I didn't start pondering about it again until several years ago when I started truck driving. I was always used to my normal environment, and I was eating things that was brought to that particular environment. So my body and my digestive system was um, was normal to that area. But when I got to start traveling and going different places, and I was on the road all the time, and I wasn't at home anymore, I noticed changes in my body. Where I was lethargic at times, and the big thing was that I felt like I was getting backed up. I'd have the problem of where it feels like I'd have constipation. You know, rarely do I have the diarrhea, and I'm talking about this, but I'm doing this because I want you to look at all avenues of your health. It's an ongoing thing. It's something that we should all look into, and we should continue trying to tweak the little things that work and don't work for us. So one thing that I would say that you do, especially if you're going out and you're going to be in public, you want to think about your vitamin C. And I just picked this stuff up. I'm trying this stuff out. Let's see here if we can get a little better picture here. But I'm trying this stuff. It's supposed to be a vitamin C supplement, a vitamin C booster and stuff like that. And that will help you. It's supposed to help your immune system. And I already have a strong immune system, I like to think, but it always helps to boost up your immune system, and so it hopefully it's gonna make things a lot tougher for me to to get sick and stuff like that. I hardly ever get sick anyways, but I'm not trying to get sick at all, so I'm taking every precaution that I can to not get sick. Now, that's for your immune health, but as far as for your stomach and stuff like that, try and get you a good probiotic regimen going. Get you something that, whether if it's a supplement or even the foods. If the foods are best, that you find some kind of food that will supply the probiotics. But if you can't get any of the probiotics or even prebiotics that is found in the food, which the prebiotics are, it's pretty much, the prebiotics are pretty much food for your probiotic, and that's the bacteria that's in your gut. You do need your bacteria. And an important thing, if you don't know, that if you're taking any kind of antibiotics, you need to load up on your probiotics after your antibiotic regimen, because the antibiotics is what they do. They kill all the bacteria in your system, and not all the bacteria is bad bacteria. So you need to have some good bacteria in your body to help you. That's part of your immune health. So you do need to have some sort of probiotics, some good bacteria in your system because after you take your antibiotics, okay, all the bacteria is supposed to get cleared out of your body. It's supposed to get everything gets cleared out. But the thing is that if you don't have any good bacteria in your body, you're constantly getting that bad bacteria, and that bad bacteria is going to start growing, and it's going to cause your body to not function well. It's going to cause you to get sick. So you got to have a good probiotic regimen. Eat your foods that have a lot of probiotics in them, because that will help. It allows the good bacteria to grow in your body, and it destroys the bad bacteria. Whether if it eats it or kills it, your good bacteria will handle that. So that's what you need to have in your system, so that it allows your body to do what it needs to do as far as digesting your the foods that you eat. Now the other thing is, this is another supplement, but this is and we all know what this stuff is. It's a fiber supplement. This is what's considered insoluble fiber, or no, sorry, soluble fiber, which is it's fiber that it's not solid fiber. It's a powder form, which what it does is supposed to bulk up your stuff in your digestive system. Is to help to push out all the gunk in your intestines and stuff like that, so that your body can function well. Fiber is very important. You need your soluble and your insoluble fiber. So the soluble was what I was showing you here, which you should do some research on it. But the soluble fiber is pretty much it helps to, it's supposed to, I guess, like let's say if you have diarrhea or something like that, the soluble fiber helps to slow that down, because the soluble fiber, what it does is that it draws water to your intestine area, excuse me, is that right? I'm getting it all confused. I'm probably confusing you, but anyways, what it does is that it takes all that liquid. I think that I'm thinking on the right track. It takes all that liquid, and it causes whatever's in your stomach there to have some sort of solidness to it, so it gels up, and that should stop you from having the diarrhea and stuff like that. And this is the kind of things that happens when you're on the road, or even you have life changes. Your body reacts differently. So like I said, sometimes people have diarrhea, some people have constipation. Soluble fiber is good, especially if you get a lot of it, because it will help. It's good. It's good for not only diarrhea, but it's also good to help push things out of your system. The insoluble fiber, if I got that right, that is more of your solid types of fiber. These things, it's kind of like taking a scrub brush and scrubbing. It scrubs everything around. It's fiber in general is stuff that your body can't digest. Now, why I'm saying this and the importance of this is so that your body will function properly. Mainly, your mind. There is a connection between your gut and your brain, and I've noticed this when I've cleaned out my gut area to where it's good enough. I've noticed changes in the way that I think, the clarity. Even my vision is so much better. Sometimes if I'm like in a fog or whatever, or if I'm having a hard time focusing on what I'm looking at, it puts a strain on the eye muscles. And even with the strain on the eye muscles, that causes headaches. If you have a lot of headaches and things like that, that could be it's a domino effect. It could be telling you that, it's actually telling you that there's something going on. And many times it's your gut. Also, you'll have a slimmer stomach, because you're getting all that crap out of your stomach, And when you're under stress or something like that, and you got a pile of crap stuck in your stomach there, it does have an effect on you. But the most important thing is having good a good stomach, a good when I say stomach, I'm talking about your intestinal areas. It'll help, especially with the soluble fibers. That helps with your blood pressure, keeping keeping it regular. Your insulin and stuff like that. It regulates your insulin, things like that. So that could help people that are on that are diabetic. And just try that stuff out. Those are just some of the things that help you out with your gut. And like I said, your gut, when it is working properly or working better, you'll notice it and you'll feel it. And you'll also notice it with your brain, especially the way that you're able to process information, the way that you're able to focus on stuff. You'll have more clarity. You'll be able to, at least from what I experience, is that I can be able to clearly analyze things a little bit better. But aside from allowing your brain and stuff to function properly, it's good for your health. It could probably even clear up your skin and stuff, because like I said, if your digestive system is not working properly, it does wreak havoc on your whole body. Even the vitamins and the minerals that your body is desperately needing to be at its best, your body will sometimes not be able to get what it needs because your intestines are not in tip-top shape. So you'll have problems with absorbing certain vitamins and minerals and things like that. And and so you need these things. And if you can't get it from the foods, get your supplements. It's very important that you get your supplements. And I'll show you some other stuff. I did some other videos on this before, but I'm gonna show you some other stuff that I do take. This is a whole lot of stuff here. Some of the things. Where's my other stuff at? There we go. Vitamin D. So, all right. So, it's quite a few that I do take. Now, I'll just go right on off here. So, DHA. I take DHA, which is that helps with your brain health. I take vitamin D3. And just look this stuff up. Vitamin B complex. I take the vitamin B that does help with your metabolism and your energy and stuff like that. I got salmon oil, which is high in your omega-3s and omega-6s, which your omega-3s and your omega-6s, they do help. It does help in making DHA, which your brain needs, but it's always good to stock up on these things. Your brain needs the fat. Whether you know it or not, your brain is mostly fatty anyway, so it needs that fat. I got turmeric. Turmeric is good, and then like it says on the bottle, for your general wellness. Supports healthy inflammatory response, promotes cardiovascular, immune, joint, and skin health. So that's a good thing. Your joints and stuff like that. As you get older, your joints go through some changes, and a lot of times what happens is that they're losing losing the fluids and stuff and everything, and that's what helps. That's what helps you flex. That's what helps you. It helps all your bone. Where your bones are bent. Well, your bone is not there. There's joints where your extremities are bending at. But in order for them to bend, and in order for them to bend and not hurt you, the joints, they have fluid in them, and that's good for keep away the arthritis and things like that. So, and collagen, I'm almost out of the stuff, but I use another supplement. It's a powder form for collagen. This is also good for joint health as well. But it's also good for your hair and for your skin. So that's almost done. But now I also take this. This is a vitamin or mineral complex. It's this has got vitamin B6 in it as well. But it's also what it's mostly got in there is the magnesium and the zinc. The magnesium and the zinc, that's also good for immune health. So I take those, and then I have a multivitamin supplement that I take. So that's something that I take too. So there's a lot of different things that I do take in the way of supplements, and that's just because I'm not able to, to cook a meal and use all the the good vegetables and stuff like that. So I'm using supplements, and this is the kind of thing that many truck drivers experience. Well, many, if not all of them. I mean, those who are on the road, it's not very often that we get home cooked meals, meaning that using all these fresh food ingredients, because there's no real way for us to really do this on a regular basis. Have especially when you got to cook. I mean, now there's things that we can use. They got certain little cookers and stuff like that, but this is a small area. Excuse me. And if you're a company driver, your company may not allow you to be doing things like cooking or using an open flame inside your truck, which is understandable. But so it's important for you as a truck driver, anybody else that's out here that's traveling a lot, but I'm saying especially for the truck drivers, because we're out here, we're on the roads, on public roadways, and we don't want to get into a situation to where we're so bad in our health to where we cannot function and do our job. And the worst thing that can happen to us is to be driving, all of a sudden you have something go wrong with your body and you lose control of your vehicle, and you either run over somebody or you run off the road. And this is not something that we should be susceptible to. So I just wanted to put that out there. That's what I'm doing. You figure out what it is that works for you. Don't just take my advice, because I'm not no doctor. I'm a truck driver, but I'm just doing what I think is right for me. So, and this is just to give you ideas as to what you can implement into your life. So, if you like the information, go ahead and like this video. Subscribe to my channel. I want you to subscribe to my channel. It's called Cali Truck Stop Theater, and also click on the bell notification button so that anytime that I upload my videos, you'll be notified. But you guys know all this stuff. You guys have been on YouTube long enough, and enough people have said this on their videos that you should know what to do. But I'm just going to tell you what to do. Hit my subscribe button, and also hit that bell so you can know when I upload videos. But also comment about my videos. If you like the content, let me know. If you don't like the content, tell me what I could do to get better. But comment. Let me know what you think of it. If I can see that I have a new subscriber, which I'm still trying to learn how to look at all the back end stuff on there. But one thing that I do want to find out is I want to find out who my new subscribers are. I have 23 subscribers now, and I hadn't been saying this. I hadn't been saying this a lot, but I need to get back into saying this. I have 23 subscribers now, and my goal is to get 25 subscribers. I want to do 25 subscribers. But I have 23, and I gotten another subscriber, but I don't know who that person is. I haven't been able to find that out, so I'm trying to find out. But if I find out who you are, any of my new subscribers, I can shout you out and be like, hey, you know, I got a new subscriber, you know, you know, their subscriber name is Honey Boo Boo or something like that. I don't know. Whatever I see as your subscriber name on there, you know, I'll give you a shout out. But in the meantime, I want to say, you know, thank you for watching my video. I hope that you have a wonderful and a blessed day, and God bless you.